It is with emotion and immense sadness that I will talk about my friend, my departed friend, Abbas Kiarostami. I had seen almost all his films before meeting him personally. It was 12 years ago that we met each other at Ravello Festival in Italy. We occupied both the same hotel, and I had the opportunity to see him every day. I was so much impressed by his discreet personality that I decided to become a silent interlocutor and give him enough space so that he could reveal the richness of his insight. What struck me most in him was his vision and his gaze at the most unnoticed things in life. One had the impression that he was endowed with secret antennas that would capture all the hidden waves around us, even those most imperceptible, as if his gaze penetrated what was behind the appearances of things. He perceived meanings and essences that would not have appeared to ordinary eyes. This sort of exceptional outlook gave him a poetic vision, a vision that the sensitive person would have felt intensely in his movies and in his photographs, the two being, in my opinion, linked by some sort of inner alchemy. I also felt that Abbas is the authentic child of his native Persia. He had crystallized within his soul all the quintessential messages of Persian thought, mysticism, and poetry. Besides his cultural heritage and legacy, his natural modesty, his delicate discretion, his lack of ostentation were reflected in his work as much as in his personality. Abbas was not a man keen of erudition, but rather a person eager to learn things by himself, to experience them. And that reminds me, that besides experiencing, his intuitive power provided him with all sorts of inner sensibility to guide him in his creative works. An attitude which reminds me of the great Leonardo da Vinci, who described himself in Italian, an uomo senza lettere, a man free of classical letters. But there was also in Abbas's work a hidden quest looking for something, finding something. And this quest is, you can see its precedence in Persian literature and philosophy. You can find it in the visionary recitals of Avicenna, of Sorovardi, even in Europe, in the Arthurian legend of the Holy Grail. That's why all in his films, this quest shows itself in different manners. Children running in all directions, looking for something, or trying to find some unknown purpose. Or a car moving along the twisted roads of mountains, meandering through the labyrinth of hills. a journey that has no beginning and not even an end. His films are full of expectations, halts, pauses, and even doubts, as if the protagonists of the film are looking desperately for an event or a revelation that might surge miraculously all of a sudden out of nowhere. That is why his films are not popular in the commercial sense of the term, because each of them is a spiritual experiment per se. It is his marvelous poetic sensibility, not often experienced in the cinematographic world of ours, which makes him so irresistibly attractive and so particularly unique in his genre. Another aspect of Abbas which fascinated me was his humility. In spite of his fame, being the best Persian known outside of Iran, he never took himself seriously. He never fell into the delusive trap of celebrity, being aware, perhaps, that celebrity, as the great German poet Rainer Maria Rilke says, celebrity is a bulk of misunderstandings that hang around the name. And I think Abbas Kiarostami was very conscious of that. In order to resume my impressions, I would like to quote the end of a short article that I wrote in French and Persian about photographs that he had taken from old worn-out doors. For I think it corresponds so well to his personality. And here is the quote. Who knows, perhaps behind these doors we have seen bloom and flourish magical spaces which led to enchanted gardens wherein one could discover with a transfigured eye images as old as the memory of the world. Thank you.